Hi guys, it's day 13 today. Unlucky for some, hopefully not for me. Fingers crossed, I've had enough bad luck to last me a lifetime. Yeah, again, I don't really have much to say today. Unfortunately, I'm still feeling pretty down. Um, but one thing I wanted to talk about was yesterday I mentioned in my video that my therapist asked me what the most consistent part of my life had been in my own mind, and I immediately answered depression. That it had kind of, woven its way throughout my entire life and just was always there. What I didn't say and what I want to kind of talk about tonight is the second thing that came to my mind was my wife. So, my relationship with Fran. I still find it really hard to believe that we're coming up. We've only been together for 5 years. We're coming up to our second wedding anniversary, and it just feels like I've known her all my life. I find it's just so hard to believe that we've only known each other that long. It just feels alien to me that she hasn't been there all my life, which is really weird, but in a good way. And I think I told Fran quite early on in our relationship about my depression and my battle, um, because I realised, by that stage I knew I was in love with her. So I saw us having a proper future together, and I wanted that to be based on just absolute honesty, and I didn't want to kind of feel like I was tricking her in some way by not being totally honest about things that I've been through in my life. So yeah, I told her quite early on about my battle with depression, and to be honest, I thought she's gonna just walk away now. She's not gonna want to be involved with someone like that, and she hasn't yet. Like I say, we've been married nearly 2 years, so she stuck around, and I mean, I've said before, I don't have the words really to describe the depth of love that I feel for my wife. It's just, she's kind of changed my life in a good way, and she's really given me something to live for, which, there was a time when I didn't have that, and I was just kind of hanging on by my fingertips. And yeah, she really has become, she's given me something to live for, and, and I love her. Um, and that's why I feel it's very important that we become more open and honest about mental health, because it's not an isolated kind of illness where only a certain percentage of the population suffer with it. It is epidemic levels at the moment in the UK and worldwide. I don't think people realise just how widespread it is as an illness, and we all need someone in our lives that we can lean on when we need to. And yeah, I'm incredibly lucky that I have Fran in my life, um, and I feel that because she accepts every part of me, that I was finally able to start facing up to, because I hadn't wanted to deal with my illness for most of my life. I just wanted to kind of get on with things and just ignore it, and hope that it went away. You know, because most of my depressive periods, they do kind of, it's dips and troughs. It really is. It's kind of like sometimes I'm fine for months, and then I can just have a really bad dip, and it just lasts for I don't even know how long anymore. It almost seems endless. And I think that starting that process of opening up to Fran, because you can talk to your doctor, but it's not really the same. You don't have that kind of same relationship with a doctor. You see them for 10 minutes at a time. And most GPs I've dealt with over the last 2 years have been amazing. They've been fantastic, really supportive. But again, it's a 10-minute appointment. They don't know you, as much as you might want them to, and as much as you may want to feel like you can open up to them. There's always going to be part of you that's holding back something because you don't know them in the end of the day. And I think it's really important that when I opened up to Fran, it gave me strength in a way to kind of face up to my depression in a way I never did before. And it was tough. It really was. It was almost like I'd opened the floodgates then, when I've said to myself, well, maybe I could be happy. Maybe I could have a life, that I want. Maybe, it doesn't have to be doom and gloom for the rest of my life. And I think it was almost like a defense mechanism, like depression was kind of fighting back. It was saying, well, no, I'm here. I'm sticking around. And that led to like my first major breakdown, which I ended up in hospital. I was suicidal. I had to go on suicide watch. It was a horrible experience. It really was. But at the time, I couldn't handle what I'd unleashed upon myself, I guess. But it had to be done. It was work that I needed to do. It's work that I'm still doing. And like I say, having Fran in my life has made that so much more bearable. And she's an amazing woman. She really is. She's doing such fantastic things at the moment through her work to try and increase the awareness of mental health issues and decreasing the stigma. She's doing amazing things at the moment, and I'm so proud of her. I really am. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, really. I just wanted to, I guess, big up my wife. So, Fran, big up yourself. And, yeah, having somebody in your life, even if it's not a significant other or a wife, we all need someone sometimes. We can't go through life alone. Being half person, you're never gonna feel satisfied with that, I don't think. So there's always gonna come like a crisis point, I think, where you need to kind of own up to how you feel and face it full on, or you just crumble underneath it. And having the support of people in your life makes all the difference. It really can. And I find that since I've been able to open up more with Fran, and obviously I'm going public with a lot of things, I'm blogging, I'm vlogging, and I've done a couple of interviews and things like that. It's not the scary world that I thought it was going to be. I'm not being judged just because I have mental health issues. And that's the stigma that even I felt would be there, and so I guess just don't be afraid to kind of reach out if you're feeling low, because you'll find that people understand more than you may give them credit for. And it can make all the difference in your life to have even just one person that you can talk to. And like I say, a doctor could be good, but generally they're not. They give you 10 minutes of their life every day, where they're dealing with hundreds of patients, and it's not. I'm not surprised that they kind of rely more on just giving medication to try and ease you over. I'm actually going to do a video about medication because I think medication's very misunderstood in the UK, especially at the moment. A lot of people have a very kind of like negative view of medication, and it is very demonized. And I feel like I should do a video just to talk about my own experience of medication and how it has affected me, because it helps. But ultimately, my message is, don't be afraid to talk to people, just because you're worried about being judged, because 9 times out of 10 you won't be judged. There are some narrow-minded people out there. We can't change that, unfortunately. But not everybody. I'm sure there are people in your life that would be there for you in a heartbeat, that would offer you nothing but support for your hardest times. So yeah, it's just being brave and being willing to open up. And I know how hard that is. It took me, nearly 40 years to do that. but I did, and yeah. So I'm gonna leave it there for now. But I hope that may have made some kind of sense to somebody out there. If not, I shall catch up with you guys tomorrow.